Hey guys, welcome to the Blog Podcast. Once again, it's your boy Vic, and today we have
Adaeze.
Adaeze in the house. So today's topic is what does it mean to like work on yourself? So work on yourself before you get into a relationship, or yeah, that's
I
what.
want you to go first.
So you want me to go first?
Yeah.
So to me, working on yourself before you get into a relationship just basically means like dealing with all your childhood trauma, things that you need to work on personally, like let's say for example you're bad at certain things and you want to work on, or you just want to get like more stable in life or whatever,
Yeah.
or you have some childhood trauma that you're dealing with that you want to like maybe go to therapy to fix. Just improve yourself, like self-improvement before you get into this.
Yeah, I agree. I think you have to like really work on yourself
Yeah.
a lot. But I didn't used to think about it that way. Like I used to think like you can get into a relationship anytime.
Yeah, because I feel okay, but the thing is, we end up in a society where a lot of people are fucked up, and
Yeah.
then because because no one actually worked on themselves to before they got into a relationship, so now everyone is dating other people that are fucked up.
Yeah, or you're fucking other people up, right?
Or you
Because
fucking
hurt people hurt
yeah,
people.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I think I wanted you to go first because it's a lot of guys that be using that excuse. Oh, I can't be with nobody right
Because I need
now.
to
I'm just
work on
trying to
myself.
work on myself. So I wanted to know, like,
What it means.
yeah,
Okay,
but are,
and
are guys really working on themselves when they say
Okay.
that, though?
when guys say they want to work on themselves, they probably just don't want to be in a relationship right now. Because I think a lot of guys that say they want to work on themselves, they just don't want to be in a relationship, or they're not ready for a relationship. Because
Yeah.
a lot of, I think most people don't really work on themselves. They just say it, but they don't really do it.
Yeah.
Like before you work on yourself, I feel like a lot of people before they'll actually get to a point where it's like, okay, I'm actually working on myself. They actually probably going through pain or like heartbreak or something. Like let's say someone broke their heart in the past and they're like, okay, fuck it, I don't want to do this, and then they're like, okay, I want to work on myself. But I feel like usually when people didn't really experience heartbreak, they tend to not feel like they need to work on themselves.
I I think some people, heartbreak or not, like they like to stay with somebody. They like to be in relationships. So whether like they use people to get through a heartbreak or whether like they never had that experience, they just don't really want to be alone. You get what I'm saying? But also I think that even with guys saying like, "Oh, I just need to work on myself right now," that excuse is so played because it's like you don't have to like be alone to work on yourself either.
Right.
You
can
can
work on yourself
definitely with
someone.
somebody.
Right.
Sometimes working on yourself with somebody is the best because that person, if their head is in the right space, they could hold you accountable. They could point out things too
They can
that
help you
you
too.
don't necessarily see for
Right.
yourself. Like
That's
I
true.
love working on myself with somebody. Like even with friends though. Like I love like letting my friends know or like my family members or even the person I'm dating like I need help on this or this is what I'm trying to work on or whatever. And anytime they see me slack or they see me doing something that's like not of what I want to become in the future, they hold me accountable for it. And sometimes life gets stressful and you can't really like you don't notice what you're doing.
Right.
So I feel like I don't know. You can work on yourself with somebody though. Like that's,
Yeah,
that's an excuse.
I think you can work on yourself with somebody though.
I think you can.
But sometimes it's like, do you think that okay? Sometimes you want someone to get in a relationship with you, or you want to get in a relationship, and you're looking at like, okay, I know I can work on myself by myself, or but this person that I'm trying to get into it with, can I be able to? Am I gonna be able to work on myself with this person? Because some people you can actually not work on. They're just gonna make the situation more toxic.
They're gonna make it worse or they're gonna be a
Yeah.
burden.
Right.
But that's when you have to use your discernment and that's when you have to decipher like the person that's in front of you where it's like I don't know, like can you help me? Can you guide me? Can you hold me accountable? Or are you a distraction? Or are you gonna make my like are you gonna worsen like what I have and stuff like that? I don't know. I think working on yourself though is just like it's a lot of it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of
It's a
work.
lot of work because like all right for me like I went through a list with myself to work on myself. Personally I feel like my finances got to be right.
Okay.
My mental health got to be right. I feel like my trust got to be up to par. I feel like my
You
capacity,
trust
trust
for the person or
for
for
the person and
Okay.
for myself
Okay.
because I've been through a lot where it's like I lost how to like for a while I lost how to trust myself. I lost like touch with like my intuition, or I would doubt myself. Like I would feel things, I would see things, and I would convince myself like, no, that's not it. Like I wasn't really trusting myself. So like trust is very important for me. That's what I'm working on right now. Like trusting myself, trusting what I feel, trusting what I think, trusting what I believe in, but also like trying to trust another person as well. um insecurities, you got to get them insecurities in order. And like I don't really got them, but
I feel like everyone kind of. I mean, okay.
I got like my little small
So,
triggers
yeah,
though. I got small triggers
small
that I got to
triggers.
work on that I know stems from insecurity. Like I know where it comes from. So I'm trying to work on that because it's like I don't want to get with somebody I really like and then like I fuck it up because of something that like I need to work on.
Or like
Yeah.
self-sabotage or something like that.
Yeah, like if you don't, I just personally feel like if I text you, you should text me back right that second.
Okay. Is that nah that you need to work on yourself. What
I
the
feel
person
like
is
I feel like
busy?
you should text me back before I even text you back.
Nah.
Like you should you should just feel me creating the text message and just
text.
pick up the phone
I
and
mean,
be like,
sometimes
yeah.
it'll be like that, but
Sometimes.
sometimes
But it's
it
not
won't.
all the times, and it's not even out of clinginess. It's just like
You just want it.
I just like if you don't text back, like if I text you back 12:02 and you text me back 1:02, I'm like you was fucking. You was fucking.
Oh, so
was
you
doing
start
something.
thinking that?
Yeah, like I started thinking you do something, like because you're not
Oh.
writing me back. Like I like communication. I realize that I like communication.
Okay.
I like hearing from you.
Right.
But when I don't, it be fucking me up.
So there's two things, right? I think one, if you're with a girlfriend or like a partner that like is like that kind of way, that like, oh my god, they want to be communicated with before you do something because their mind is like overthinking or
Yeah.
whatever. So like, let's say for example you want to do something and you're gonna be out for like an hour. You're like, oh babe, I'm about to do this, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And then when she knows that, she's like, she feels more
Easy, yeah,
like
easy
more.
going.
But also another thing though, I think that also stems from when you're in a relationship with someone that you don't really trust.
Yes. Yes.
Because if you trust somebody, you're gonna be like, yeah. But also it takes time. Sometimes it takes time to develop trust. But if you're in a relationship with someone you don't really trust like that, then that's when that becomes more
comes
prevalent.
in, yeah. And I didn't know that. Like I didn't know that like when I was younger and when I was dealing with people. I just thought like I was feeling this way because I felt this way, or like because you had to be doing something to make me feel that way. When the whole time it's like when everything is said and done, you just don't trust this person. And I really don't feel like you should be with anybody you trust. Luckily enough though, I deal with somebody now where it's like they communicate with me like, oh, I'm gonna be busy today, but I'm gonna call you when I'm done, or I'm about to go here and da. And I feel like that's how I know it's not really so much of an insecurity as much as it is as like overthinking, like me just
Overthinking.
panicking.
Sometimes
right?
you just gotta communicate.
Yeah, because like I know who I am. Like I look good.
Nah, sometimes you just gotta communicate.
And sometimes it's like, you know what else you gotta do when you're working on yourself? This is a big one.
What?
You gotta stop living in the past.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You
too.
gotta stop living in the
You
past.
gotta leave the past in the past. So
Yeah,
a lot of
you
people
have
go
to.
into relationships and they're like holding on to things from their past, like, oh, my ex did this, or like, let's say like your ex did something to you that like triggered, that like hurt you a lot. Now you're in a
Yeah.
new relationship thinking about like, oh my god, like
Past stuff.
yeah, past stuff, and then you're reacting to this new partner based on
Past
what
stuff.
your ex
Exactly.
did.
And that's not fair to them.
It's not fair to
That's
them at all.
not that's not fair to the new partner. You know,
Yeah.
it's so crazy. So like a little while ago, I realized that like I let go of somebody in my past. Like we don't talk. I have no interest to talk to see this person. I don't care what they're up to, nothing. But I realized like I was still holding on to like a lot of the situations we went through. Like, and I don't know why it was bothering me, because some of these situations was years ago and I don't want the person anymore. Like
Yeah.
I'm good, but for some reason those situations, like, it kept lingering, like, and it still was hurting me. So I went home and I wrote a list of everything that happened in that relationship that made me feel good, and everything in that relationship that made me feel bad. The bad part was
A lot.
the good part was, I kid you not, about 6 things. Like, the things that the person did to make me feel good was basic shit. Buy me food, we have sex, you're nice to me sometimes, you stay on the phone with me sometimes. It was nothing like
Substantial.
really extensive for this to occupy that much space in my mind. So after I wrote it down, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what are you holding on to this for? And then I burnt the letter. I burnt the list that I wrote, and it felt so good. Like, and after that, I haven't thought about,
The person.
not even, I stopped thinking about the person a long time ago, but I haven't thought about anything that happened there that like hurt me or like made me feel a type of way. It's really like I started on a clean slate. Once I like just realized like these things happen, you let it go. I said a prayer and that was it. But I was in that relationship years ago, like years ago, and I didn't realize how much of like like not only like, yeah, the relationship was hurtful, but I felt like I moved on and I'm grateful for the lesson. But I didn't realize like how much things that like went on I was holding on to. So it's not even like I was just holding on to the fact that all of it was bad. You know what I'm saying? I was holding on to very, very specific things. Very specific
So
things.
how did that affect like your relationships moving forward?
So like the person I deal with now, it doesn't.
So no, before like you
Before.
burned the list now. So
Yeah, I
obviously
burned the
wouldn't-
list now.
But like before, let's say after the person in the past, did you date someone else?
Yeah.
How did that go? Did it affect it? It affected it?
It affected it and I didn't realize it, but it's like it used to seep through me. Like you could see like I was not okay with like certain things, or certain things would still bother me. And like I wouldn't talk about it, but it's like if I was dating somebody new and they did something that like in the slightest way remind me of a situation I went through in the past that hurt me, in the slightest way, I would flip out. Like I would bug out. I would I would get really like distant. I would like not want to deal with the person. I would get really cold. It's like my emotions turned off. Like I couldn't deal with it. And I never understood why. And for a long time I just thought it was all men. I'm like, every nigga is not shit. I'm not dealing with this. I'm gonna be single forever. But then I realized it wasn't that. It's like I was trying to see with glasses, but my glasses was blurry. I had to clean them off. Exactly. I had to clean them off. And now I can see better. Now I understand things better.
That's good. What made you, okay, I want to ask a question. What made you realize and be like, okay, I have a lot of this thing still holding me back, or like I'm still holding back from this past relationship? What made you reflect on that and be like, okay, I need to like write this list?
You don't know what's crazy? I knew it was affecting me because when I would think about it, I would still get like a pain in my chest. Like, you know when something hurts you and you feel like warm feeling in your, I would still get that. And this is from somebody I don't want anymore. And this is from situations we in 2023. I'm talking about this is shit from 2018, 2019, 2020. That's still like when I think about it, or when I used to think about it, this shit used to like literally hurt my heart. And I'm like, and I have, so the person I date now kind of inspired me to go and make that list because like they don't know that, like they didn't tell me to do it, but like because I appreciate who they are so much, and I started to realize like, yo, I'm still holding on to things in the past. Just the idea of that person and me not wanting to self-sabotage or lose this person because I didn't deal with shit motivated me to go make that list.
Gotcha.
And like do it. So like the person in front of me is so like, I really fuck with the person I'm dealing with right now. You know what I'm saying? But I start like, it was so good that I felt myself self-sabotaging. Like I felt like, yo, this is too good to be true. Yeah, because like I, in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, when I was dating this person, they did this and this and that. So in a way, I felt like I started manifesting terrible things for myself because I was literally waiting for the person I'm dating now to fuck up.
Damn.
To prove myself right. And then I'm like, wait, but you only have this idea because you still are hurt from
this past relationship.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense because like sometimes people are hurt, or sometimes people hold on to stuff because they still love the person, they still want to be. That's not the case with me. I just was literally, you know, sometimes like we hold on to things angry or just hurt. You know what it is? We scared of letting go. We're scared of letting go sometimes as people, that we will be holding on to things that hurt us just because we're afraid of what happens if we let go. And sometimes we hold on to people and pains and ideas for longer than we're supposed to, and we hold it on like this, and that's what's hurting us. But if you let it go, you'll feel so much better. So it's a funny thing. Like it's so funny.
That's true. That's actually true. Because me too, I had a situation where I was holding on for so long. I was holding on. I was like, oh my God. Like, okay. So I think when you have an idea of a person, like let's say you're with a person, right? and then you had an idea of this person. You're like, this person is gonna be my forever person, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So then, once you have that idea of that person being your forever person, or like who you're gonna share your life with, then you hold on to that. Even when you guys break up, it's hard to let go of the idea that that person is no longer gonna be a forever person, because you had that idea for so long and you were holding on to it. It's
and it sounded so good. You thought about your kid's name.
and you're like,
you thought about the house.
you thought about everything.
everything.
And then when you talk about everything, you're like, and now like you guys are no longer together, so it's like, damn.
You feel like you got nothing.
So now you like, damn. If I you gotta hold on to this thing, because if you lose that completely, like you've lost everything.
Your sense of hope almost. Yeah. It's so funny because I felt the same way, and it's like, even though everything is said and done, I know that's not the person for me. I know that's not even what I want myself to be in. I was still holding on to like some part of the situation with that person, or just something, because it's like my mind was fixed on so long with being with this person that it's like, even though I knew it wasn't working, I still could not see past forever like with that person. It's so fucked up.
Yeah,
it's so fucked up.
It is. You gotta like, okay, before I wasn't a believer in like blocking people. I used to be like, bro, blocking someone is so childish. I used to think that. I used to think blocking someone is so childish. You shouldn't block anyone. You should just move on from things and like, it's okay, like whatever. But if I tell you, I literally had to block this person in order for me to like move on. Like I had to block this person. I would be like, damn.
Why you feel like that though? You feel like you didn't want to see them?
No, because okay, if you like, I felt like communicating with this person. When the more you communicated with them, the
deeper the hole you dig.
It like brings back like the thing you're holding, the thing you're trying to let go of. Like it kind of strengthens it, and you're like, damn, I really, if I really want to move on, I really have to like cut this person off completely. Maybe later on I can like unblock them or whatever, but I gotta cut them off completely, and I gotta like really like
you gotta
like I gotta like
you gotta have some discipline. You gotta fix up.
I gotta fix up, and it helps. I bro, if I tell you, I have a friend. She is master blocker. She blocks everybody.
Me too.
Immediately you do one thing, I'm like,
listen, shout out to that fucking
I'm
friend.
Like, Dallas, why you always blocking everybody? She blocks everybody, and I'm just like, but then when I did this, then when I blocked this person, she was just like, I thought you never block. I'm like, I understand why you block now.
I tell people I block my fucking self if I could.
Nah, you gotta block. You gotta block. Yeah, now I understand why people block.
But let me ask you a question. Did you explain to the person that you were gonna block them, or why you blocked them before you did it?
Yeah, I did.
What they said?
They said, okay, I understand.
And why did you feel the need to express to them why you was gonna block them?
I think you owe it to somebody to explain to them why you're gonna block them.
Not I.
Well, maybe I haven't gone to that.
Not I, yet. Papa.
But I think you. I mean, you don't really. If the person hurt you, then you don't really gotta explain to them. But like, if you guys already moved past whatever it is that you're moving past,
and then you don't want them. You didn't want her to wake up one day, or the person to wake up one day.
Yeah, I just think of some reason, like random reason. I'm just like, okay, I'm blocking you because I need to like get. I'm just whatever the reason is. I feel like you gotta like just tell them like, yo, I'm blocking you because I don't want to have to like do this, or I don't want to have to keep thinking about you, or I just want to move on with my life type shit, like, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's cool.
Understandable. Yeah. I feel like sometimes it is kind of good to like get that person out of your view. You know what I'm saying?
I also think, okay, you also gotta the only reason also I communicated was because I think that person also still cared about me. If the person still cares about you, then I think you owe them kind of like a right to
I don't think you owe them, but I think it can be like a line of communication where you express yourself. Yeah, absolutely though.
Yeah, but like if you don't, you gotta because like if the person doesn't care, like if you're dealing with some guy that don't really give a fuck, like you don't have to explain that. If you even block him, he may not even know that you remember, like know that you blocked him. Yeah. But if you're like talking to somebody that like you guys were actually really crazy cool, and you're like, all right, man, this is why I'm blocking you. I don't wanna, but yeah.
And then that's it. I think that's good. I'm so happy you blocked somebody.
Nah, I did. I was like,
welcome to the team.
I don't wanna have to keep thinking about this person. I just wanna I just wanna move
I
on.
asked why you blocked because a lot of people sometimes like, all right, I block people because I don't want you to see me. Like I want to be forgotten.
Oh.
That's why I block people sometimes. Like I just, and it's not even sometimes like I don't want to see you or whatever. It's just like I don't want you to have no access to me. Like I want you to think that I disappeared. Like I no longer exist. But I'm an Aquarius, so that's very on brand for me. So I will block you and I will leave you blocked until the end of time. There's still some people on my block list. They had like a good 3 years in. They're not coming off.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, I want to ask a question. Why is it crucial before entering a relationship for an individual to establish boundary or communicate boundary?
I think it's important so like, you know, you avoid triggers. Even though like getting triggered is not necessarily a bad thing. But I say that because getting triggered kind of challenges you to work through whatever it is that's bothering you for real, like internally so deeply. But I think it's important to establish boundaries because it's like nobody wants to be played with. And everybody wants to be respected. Everybody wants to feel safe, especially in a relationship. So it's like a boundary for me is definitely honesty. Like, or maybe I said that wrong. A boundary for me is like lying. I don't have no tolerance for lying.
For lying.
Yeah, I don't like it. So you cross that, I'm good.
For just one time?
I'm good.
Really?
I'm good.
No, okay.
And I make that very clear. And I think
I asked you that one time when I was just like, if you is it okay to lie sometimes? Sometimes I don't know. I feel like, okay, with me, I don't think you should lie to anybody for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of times I realize with women, they tend to be very emotional, and like when they're in that emotional state, they cannot process anything logical that you're saying. They literally block everything that you're saying out, and they just go on
how they feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes you may not necessarily be doing something bad, but that whatever it is that you lied about may just be. It may not even be bad, but you know that whole thing will cause a whole thing for this person.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, like let's say for example, you're dating somebody and they really really hate your ex, right? And then you run into your ex on the street or whatever, and you guys are like, hey, what's up, blah blah blah, cool, bye, nothing. And then you're in this, your partner, you guys are supposed to communicate everything, right? And then you don't communicate that part. Is that like a bad thing? Because like this is just an example. This is an example.
Yes.
It's a bad thing.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I told you before, lying is a form of manipulation.
But you're not lying though.
I don't like that. But you're withholding information. I don't like that shit either.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't like lying. Like I just feel like we should be honest. Now, don't get me wrong. Within honesty, there is room for privacy. Let me say that. Within honesty, there is room for privacy.
Okay.
I know there's going to be some things like you naturally want to keep to yourself. Like
right.
about maybe your business or like what you're struggling with or like your personal life. Like, don't get me wrong. Everybody is entitled to privacy.
Right.
But I feel like, if I ask you about something, don't lie to me. If you don't tell me and I'm going to like kind of be mad that you didn't tell me, I feel like you should tell me and get it over with. But I'm a girl, I operate off of logic. Like I'm very separated from my emotions. So it's like it might hurt, but I'm going to always appreciate if you tell me the truth. That's why I don't really play with lying. And lying is like one of my boundaries in any relationship. Not just, dating, like friendships. Don't fucking lie to me. Don't lie to me. I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good. And I just don't appreciate it. So that's something off the bat. Like first date, I'm going to tell you, if you're a liar, get the fuck up. Like leave. Like I don't want to talk to you.
Right.
What's a boundary that you would establish like when you're first getting to know somebody? Like what's something you don't play about?
Me, disrespect.
Yes.
Mine is like, see, there's doing foul shit and then there's disrespecting you.
What's the difference?
Okay. Doing foul shit could be like, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Is it a matter of principles? Like
it's a matter of principles,
and it's up to subjection.
Yeah, no, but not. Yeah, it's principles, but also it's like disrespect. There's like you can do some foul shit, and keep it moving. Okay, let's say for example, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say, for example, I was dating. For example, I had a girlfriend in the past, and then you went ahead and had sex with a girl after we were over, after we're done. Like you're somebody I know, like you're my friend or whatever, and you and the girl did some shit, and I know about it because the girl told me or whatever, right? That's one thing. That's one. That okay. That's foul shit. That's what I'm just giving an example.
It's
just
foul
an example.
shit. It's foul
that's
shit.
Foul shit. But then you coming to be like, yo, what's up, bro? Like that's disrespect.
Okay, that's disrespect.
Exactly.
Okay, so
that's what I mean by like foul and disrespect.
Foul shit is like, yo, it hurt my feelings, or like I ain't like it, but you gotta charge it to the game. Like it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
Then disrespect is like when you try to act like I'm a fool, or like when you try
you're trying to play.
Yeah, like you did some fucked up shit, and I like let's say you did some fucked up shit, and I brought it up to you, and you try to lie about it. That's
disrespectful.
That you disrespect me. Like you're right in my face, just like fucking.
I find that to be disrespect. I also don't like cursing. I don't like don't call me on my name in any situation. Don't call me on my name. Don't let shit get heated into like a level where it don't need to be. Like we're not kids. We're all adults. If we need some time before we talk, or if things are getting too heated, let's separate. But like,
don't call me on my name.
Let's not do that.
Right.
Let's not do that. I don't want to do that with anybody.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm trying to think about another boundary of mine. I think that one is like probably my biggest.
No, yeah. And I kind of like disrespect and lying to me go hand in hand, but I really don't play with disrespect. Like I don't like it. Like we can't bounce back from disrespect.
I think this me. Okay, one thing about me, I think I'm a little too nice. So what happens is, like with me, right? Once someone does some fucked up shit, I know you did fucked up shit. I'm gonna just move differently. I mean, not necessarily cut you off, block you, all that shit, whatever. But the access that you have to me is not gonna be the same.
Fucking vote.
I would like keep a distance. Let's say before I used to like, I would just keep a distance from you, and I just keep giving a distance, cause like, you know, like yeah, just be over there. Like it's cool. Like when we see, we're gonna be like, what's up, whatever. But like, just be over there though. Don't try to bring that shit over here, cause that's.
No, absolutely. And you know, some people, especially like in relationships, some people think that's childish. Some people think that like you're supposed to communicate like when you feel away instead of moving differently. I don't know where I stand with that, because I feel like
I'll communicate. Okay, keep going.
I feel like, here's my thing. We're all fucking adults.
Right.
You know what the fuck you did.
Right.
You know what the fuck you did.
Bro, that's
you know what the fuck you did. Even if you think I don't know what you did, you know what the fuck you did. You know what you did.
Exactly.
So I don't feel the need to like
tell you,
address you. I'm not your fucking mother.
Bro.
I'm not your mother. I'm not gonna pull you to the side and be like, you know what you did is wrong. But let me tell you this, and it's gonna fuck you up.
What?
If I ever address some shit with somebody, it's not because I care enough to address it. It's so you know that I fucking know.
No.
That's it. And a lot of people get that fucked up. Like I'll point out certain things and people be like, oh, you're nagging, or like, oh, like you're upset about it. I'm not mad. I'm actually okay. I'm just letting you know, like, you're not as fucking slick as you think it is. Like, cause I'm the person I let people think what they want. I let people feel what they want. But sometimes you really gotta let somebody know, like, you're not fucking getting one over me. Like, you're not tricking me. Like, I see what you're doing.
I see what you're doing. I know
what you're doing. So I feel like if I ever address some shit, it's because I care about you. Like, we have to be very close for me to address something that's bothering me, because especially like when I know, like when there's no miscommunication, like when it's clear as day that you fucking wrong and you did something, I have to really care about you to address it, because I'm too good at cutting people off.
Some things
I'm so good at cutting people off.
I don't like. I feel like I don't be addressing enough, and I think I need to address more.
I think you do.
I think I need to address more, because I think I just be like, you know what you did. I don't need to like tell you what you did for you to know that you did some fucked up shit. So, and the thing is, with people that did fucked up shit, they literally cannot look you in the eye. They literally, after, if someone does some fucked up shit to you, and they maybe think you know, they don't know if you know, they literally will start looking, they wouldn't look at you in the eye.
And shit like that.
Yeah, they will like, literally like, be like, because they know what they did.
They know what they did.
Like, why you, like...
No, definitely start speaking up. Start speaking up and start addressing it, and that helps
But
your
I
confidence,
just
and it helps
no,
you
I
trust
just stay
yourself
away from
again.
people.
I stay away from people too, but like, listen, you can't like.
I'm just
At
like
a point
I
in
don't.
time, you're gonna
I'm,
have to say something. I'm not gonna lie. Speaking up make me feel so fucking good. Like,
yeah.
sometimes, like when I want to, like if I find like advocating for myself, speaking up for myself, it brought a different side of my confidence back, and it kind of helped my anxiety, it helped my like overthinking, my depression, because it's like, girl, you know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, you're not bugging. And a lot of times when you stay silent, people will make you feel like you don't know what you're talking about. Or when you don't address things, people kind of use that as a way to like gaslight you or
if that no okay let me make this clear. If this person was within my everyday scene vicinity, like if this person was part of my life every day, then I would address it. Of course, I'll address it. But if this person was not like in my life, like an everyday thing, or like person lives somewhere else, or like I'm not. That's why I'm saying that I wouldn't address.
You wouldn't address it.
If I have to deal with you on the daily or like deal with you, see you, I'm gonna address it.
Honestly,
but if I don't have to deal with you, I'm not addressing.
Fair. I think honestly, when it comes to addressing stuff, you gotta play it case by case.
Yeah.
It gotta be situation by situation, and it really goes by honoring how you feel in the moment. If you feel like, bro, there's some dumb shit, I'm not like. If somebody lies to you, you be like, yo, this is dumb. I'm not gonna address this. I'm gonna leave that person alone. Cool. But then, like, if somebody bumps you, you be like, what the fuck? Like, you just bumped me. Like, you want to talk up, then it's case by case. Like, you advocate for yourself case by case.
So I have a question. Do you think, and I know this actually for sure is yes, but do you think the way you grow up in your childhood or whatever with your family, do you think that affects the way you view relationship?
Yes.
And do you think it affects it positively or negatively?
Yeah. Yes, I do. Now, whether that has a positive or negative effect is so subjective, because I know people who come from fucked up families and all they want is like a positive.
Yeah, it's never
to be like
to
that.
Experience that
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I know people who come from like positive families or like a family dynamic that's cool, but they really just they don't have them like, how do I say this? Their mind is still not like it didn't make them better people in relationships. Yeah, like it didn't, let me say that. It didn't make them completely better and like automatically better at relationships. Yeah. I definitely do think the family dynamic has a huge effect on it. Huge effect. But as we get in adults,
but also
it's not an excuse anymore.
It's not an excuse. But like if you look at it, like two people, for example, can be born in the same house, two family crazy, not or like maybe very bad family dynamic, and one is gonna end up having a really good. I don't want to ever have that. And one is like, okay, like this is all I've known,
and this is what I repeat. Yeah, exactly. And I definitely think that like as we get to adults, that choice is yours. At any given time, at any given moment, you have the choice to be like, I want to be different, and I want to stop this shit. And if you don't, that's on you. And if you do, it's also on you to like uphold that word and keep that word to yourself. But that's why I say, like, realistically, I'm not nobody mother, you not nobody father. It's not your job to like try to teach those people how to like love and how to break the cycle. You have to want to break the cycle.
But it's
yourself.
Like sometimes people don't realize that the reason they act a certain way. This one is a whole another conversation, but people don't realize that the reason they act a certain way is because of the family
dynamic, the shit that they seen.
Like I need to go to therapy. I still haven't gone to therapy, and I don't know, but again, sometimes therapy be a hit or miss.
I don't fucking like therapy.
A therapist can tell you some shit that is actually not true, but like they're just saying that based on whatever they think.
You know, we gotta stop telling people that they gotta go to therapy. Everybody's thing isn't therapy. I did therapy for a little minute and I don't fucking like it. But therapy doesn't work for me because I'm not really vocal about my problems. So like I personally like writing and praying more. So try out therapy and maybe we talk about that, how it goes for you. But like not everybody, like therapy isn't like some miracle like breakthrough. It helps a lot of people, but I think it just depends on like the person and what it is you're trying to fix. Yeah, like where your mind is at, things like that, things of that sort.
That's true. Yeah, because me, I had this whole thing where it's like this whole someone was addressing this with me, and they were like, "Oh, you always like you get into a relationship and you're in it for a minute, and then you get bored, and then you want to leave, or you want to find something else." But the thing is, it's not true. I don't get bored. I want to find something else. The thing is, I I try to okay. So I try to hold myself accountable as much as I can.
Yeah.
So if I see that like I'm about like I if I see that I think I'm gonna fuck this up, I try to take myself out of the situation.
You self-sabotaging.
No, not self sabotage. Like I have a feeling that I'm gonna fuck this up.
Self-sabotage.
It's not self sabotage, bro.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
let's call it self sabotage. But
Because you didn't do anything yet.
I didn't do anything, but I already know like
You know how you get.
I know I'm feeling.
But why you not challenging yourself to be different?
That's the thing. That's the thing. No.
You don't need therapy. All you need is to talk to me. That's all you need. Look at us making breakthroughs.
No, that's the thing though. That's the thing. But the thing is, you try to challenge yourself to be different, but then it gets to a point where it's like, damn, I don't know if I can hold on. And then it's like, yeah, that's, you know what? You're right. That's all about discipline. Because if I was disciplined enough, I'll just.
But it's also about the person in front of you, because I heard men change for who like they really want to change for. I heard like if you met the one, or if it was somebody really special, you don't even think twice about making those adjustments. Like you just feel it and you know you gotta do it.
I don't know. See, I don't think that I okay, maybe, but I don't really know if that is it. So I think
it might be a combination of two things or more things.
Combination of something like
combination.
If someone, I feel like certain girls hold you to a certain standard, so you have to act right. So, for example, if your girl is a girl that's like, no, I'm not taking that shit, or like, you know, there's some people you just go into their life and you already see how their life is. You already know you gotta step your game up, or you just can't fuck this. Or if someone you really care about, you don't want to fuck this up.
Yeah, this person is very serious.
It's very serious.
Like you don't meet people like them twice. You're not gonna get the second opportunity.
So
understandable.
You wanna, yeah. But I don't think it's. I think sometimes it's if you meet the right person, but some people meet the right people and they still fuck it up.
It still fuck it up, yeah.
Because you just can't help it. They're not like either disciplined enough or they're not.
You know, it's so funny because with women, we have the tendencies to be like chameleon. If you with somebody and they want you to be red, your ass is the reddest red. If you with somebody, they want you to be blue, you are the bluest blue. Like, women have the ability to, like,
adapt.
When we love, hell yeah, like, we adapt and we make the changes. And it's so much so, like, you never even asked for it. Or, like, maybe you said it one time and we just kind of make those changes. So, like, I used to date somebody who was very depressed. I used to date somebody who was really depressed and used to stay in the house, never used to like doing anything, never really liked to post. And I started picking that up to like kind of make the person feel better and like not to like intimidate them with, or not to offend them or rub them wrong with the fact that I was the opposite at the time. I like to go out. I like to post. I like to have fun. I like to do things with my friends. And like, I found myself like adapting to him, not only because I felt bad for him, but because it's like, I loved you so much, or I liked you so much. That's like, I kind of wanted to be like you, like not like you, but I wanted to feel comfortable. Like I want, like when you with me, I wanted to feel like you alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want it to feel like we're complete opposites. I wanted it to feel very similar and stuff. And women do that. Women do that. I always tell you, women have the ability to love a fucking roach if we put our mind to it. We can love a roach and make a roach seem like the most beautiful thing in the world. So it's so interesting to me that it's like in your mind and in a lot of guys' minds, they just like, I don't want to fuck it up and they want to be more disciplined. But like as a woman, we have that in us naturally, like emotionally, to like become something for the other person without even being asked. Not discipline. It's not out of discipline though. It's out of like
love,
infatuation.
So men and women are different.
Yeah, definitely different.
Men
for sure,
definitely different.
For
but
sure.
A lot of people be arguing. They're like, oh no, like I'm
no,
that way,
for sure.
so
I feel like men don't do that. at least not common men. It's very rare you meet a man who like
Changes.
changes
Yeah.
for a woman. Either he stoops down to where women are the only people that either stoop down to meet a man where he's at or rise up to meet a man where he's at if you want it. So like there's a lot of girls who's like they man got a degree or they seen a man with a degree or he got businesses. The girl fixes up and does that too. Not necessarily so he could like her more, but just because it's like you want to meet him where he's at. Then there's a lot of girls who we know who are doing good for themselves or whatever, and they meet a bum. Like they meet a bum, and all of a sudden now she don't do what she used to do for herself, or she kind of lowered her standards to be with this person because she really fuck with him. So it's so interesting to me that like you feel like it's discipline, where it's like well, women we kind of just we give that. That's why it's so important for women for us to like be aware of the person that we're infatuated with, the person that we like, because we start doing things naturally and it be a long time before you realize. Like sometimes it's years that go past, and even older women or women who maybe like they had a baby young or they married young and they were very serious with somebody young, they would tell you like, yo, years went by until I realized like I lost myself within this person. Because while you're in it, you're just doing everything to make the person feel good, like the man feel good. You're not realizing like you really dumbed yourself down, or you really only did this because of him. Very interesting, intriguing.
No, I didn't even realize.
You didn't
that.
think about it like that. I just kind of realized that myself when you said that. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
But I always thought guys would like change or like adapt if it's for the woman they really, really, really care about or they really, really want to be with.
Probably, but I personally, I don't know. I may be wrong. It depends, case by case.
Case by case.
Yeah, but I think guys change when they wanna change, or some people don't even have the discipline to change.
To change.
Like you wanna change, like you have the idea that like, oh, I wanna change. I don't wanna do this anymore. This is fucked up, whatever. But you just can't help yourself. You just keep falling back into that same shit, into the same and. But some people don't even try. But some people try, but they just can't help it.
They can't shake it. Yeah, I respect somebody who tries, but we all gotta challenge ourselves. That's what life is about for sure.
Nah, for real. So the last question I got for you.
Last question.
Last one before.
Last
we wrap it up.
one.
Based on your experiences, what advice would you give to listeners that are trying to enter into a new relationship?
Take your time.
Okay.
Take your time. Be very observing. Like pay attention to this person inside and out. I feel like a lot of times men and women, we get into relationships and then later on down the line we notice a lot of ulterior motives. Like we notice a lot of things that either we didn't really pay too much attention to, or a lot of things that the other person was hiding. So I would say take your time.
Hey guys, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Once again, it's your boy Vic. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Let us know some of the tips that you have for how to work on yourself when you want to get into a relationship. If you have any questions, you can reply in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, see you guys next week. Bye.